What's up, guys? Welcome back to another rap bracket video with The Function. Today we're going to do DJ Pickle Juice's Logic bracket.
I really thought that was your name, by the way. When you said this to me, I thought you were DJ Pickle
DJ
Juice, and I was like, it's fine with me, but
I wish.
No judgment.
Shouts out to him. I mean, he's been killing it with these rap bracket things, and he's got like, I think 42,000 followers on Twitter, so he's killing it with that. But
he's got some credentials behind him.
But no, I've never been successful in doing the pairing. I don't know about you, if you've ever tried to make brackets before.
Oh, what do you mean?
Like the matchups. Matchups have always been the hardest thing.
Yeah, you can do 1 verse 8, 2 verse 7, or somehow rank them, pre-rank them.
Yeah, especially when you don't have like a backup for songs.
Right.
Like it's not like sports.
Correct. Yes.
So
it gets very tough.
So yeah, but let's get right into it. So let's start with
the top left quadrant.
The Northwest, as we'll call it.
All right.
So the first one, Under Pressure versus Celebration.
See, this is kind of like a 1 seed versus 16 seed. Under Pressure, I'm not going to say how far I think it's going to go, but it's going to go one round further for me. It has to.
I like Celebration a lot.
Nothing against Celebration.
But Under Pressure is definitely going to take it.
It's like, it's a 9-minute song. Even at the end when it cuts off and he's talking, like the back half of the song, that's amazing too. It's like 2 different songs in one, and I enjoy the whole thing.
Double songs are always... They hit differently, and I'll agree with you. The only thing I will say, though, is, like you mentioned, I don't know if it's going to go all the way.
I'm not saying it will.
Because those who haven't seen this, DJ Pickle Juice's fans have voted that Under Pressure wins this bracket. So I don't know if it's going to go that far, but it's going to go to the next round, like you said.
We'll take it song by song. All right, the next one is The Incredible True Story versus Indica Badu. I'm going to let you go first.
That one's also kind of not a fair matchup. I love when he rides the kind of like boom bap beats, so I love Indica Badu, but like The Incredible True Story just wraps up, is the perfect wrap up to an album. It's a great song, I think. I think the beat's great. I like how it cuts with the, that's with the Alan Watts outro, or not outro, but it goes to that, and then it closes up with like the skit that kind of leads into his next album and just sets it up perfectly.
It does. So from a pure enjoyment standpoint, when Indica Badu came out, I enjoyed it so much. If I was going for a song just to listen to, I would pick Indica. That's my pick. I'm just gonna say it. The Incredible True Story was one of my least favorite songs on that album. From like a sonic, like a
sonically
pleasing to my ear. But from a storytelling standpoint, it was really good. But
I'll agree with you on this one, just because Indica Badu might be my most played song on this album, on Bobby Tarantino too.
Right. Like, so I don't want to put it there just because like I feel like I would be doing it, The Incredible True Story, an injustice. But if no one was looking, I think I would put it there. If no one was watching, I think I would click it. I would click it one round further. But we will put
I'll go with Indica Badu.
You sure?
I'm fine with moving forward because I do enjoy that song very much.
A lot, and I didn't want to.
And it's not one of the. He's got a lot that, even though it might not be like the song I listen to the most, I just appreciate it for
what it is.
How it's placed in the album, how it just goes along with his whole discography, but. I guess for a pure enjoyment standpoint and just overall.
Well, that's exactly what Bobby Tarantino 2 was supposed to be. It's not what The Incredible True Story was. It was more of like an enjoyment. Like, I don't know. He didn't think too far into that one as compared to.
It's hard to compare it for this matchup, which is why I think it might be unfair. Is because it's like comparing 2 different mediums.
Yeah.
One is for like enjoyment, and one is like. It's like almost comparing like
a movie to a skit.
Yes, or like a movie to a piece of art, like a painting. Like you can't really compare. Be like, what's better, Interstellar or the Mona Lisa?
Yeah.
Like that. That's not.
But today we have to. And I think we're picking the Mona Lisa. Not that it's that good. Whatever. Let's go on to the next one. I'm going versus Intermission. I'm a sucker for. Under Pressure. I would pick I'm Gone.
I'm Gone.
Pretty quickly there.
Pretty easy. Yeah. That was a pretty easy blowout, but
sorry, Intermission.
Well, Intermission I think is not a bad song, but it doesn't stand out to me that much.
Not at all. And I'm Gone does.
I know. I'm a big fan of that one. Big fan of Under Pressure too.
Yes. That whole album. I feel like I'm gonna have a lot of songs going pretty far from that album. So I
Yeah,
feel bad.
Under Pressure is going to move very
pretty far. All right. So what's the next one?
Soul Food 2 versus Homicide.
Both of them. I really didn't like Homicide that much. It was pretty good.
Homicide's the one with Eminem, correct?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's my best impression.
Yeah. That was a good one. I'm thinking Soul Food 2 on this one, just because Homicide, it was like, I appreciate that Eminem and Logic finally collabed. It was kind of like something I'd been waiting on for a while.
Right. And because they were talking about it, like two like white rappers and they're going to come together. Obviously, we know Logic. Black and white, everyone knows that.
Yes. So with that though, even though they both fucking spit bars on
and
this
fast,
one,
really fast.
Yes. It's hard to even. I feel like Chris D'Elia outshined both of them on that.
Certainly.
Especially in the music video. So, with that being said,
Soul Food 2.
Soul Food 2.
Soul Food
That's
2,
what I'm going to have to go with.
All right, what's the next one?
Is Five Hooks versus Buried Alive.
Five Hooks was really good. That was
I know.
like top 3 for me on the album. But Buried Alive, it's got like a...
Buried Alive, wasn't that the first single from Under Pressure? I think it was.
I can't...
That or
it
just
was
Driving Miss Daisy.
Yeah.
I don't remember. That was in 2014.
Driving Miss Daisy makes sense because like Gambino would have been on it and that would have like got some hype and some buzz probably in 2014. But I think it could have been Buried Alive.
Because my thought was it was something like Driving Miss Daisy was like dropped the week before the album. So it was just like, hey, not only are you excited for the album, but here's the Gambino song. So,
right, yeah, here guys.
Yeah, Buried Alive.
Buried
I'm just
Alive,
gonna have to.
I can't. There's no beating around that one. And then so it's 100 Miles and Running versus. I know I saw it.
Paradise.
I really like the 100 Miles. That's with Wale. Right?
Yeah.
They use it as like the NBA. The NBA like not theme song, but like in between commercial for TNT.
It's kind of like their marketing piece for the
Yeah,
NBA.
and they use it, and then I like it. Got a lot of like that whole album was kind of people were like whatever about it. I enjoy that song.
I'm pretty different on this one. I'm gonna be honest. So if you wanna,
I love Paradise though. That's my Paradise. Is my answer. There was no. I was just gonna give 100 Miles and Running a little credit before I go. I really like Paradise. The guy singing. I don't know the whole thing. I like where he says this album too. But this song was written before the first. So he's like this verse was written before the first. Something like that. He wrote that song way earlier, but he put it into this one. So he's been playing it. All that was really cool to me. So I really enjoyed that song. That's what I'm gonna give the go.
Okay, just giving it credit, but it's a close game. But
it is. It was a buzzer beater. Intro versus Man I Is.
I love the intro. I think it's great, but Man I Is, I think, is definitely in top 10, close to top 5 favorite Logic song. I listen to Man I Is so much. I think it's just I like the way he rides the beat. I like the classic, almost boom bap, and not exactly.
And he got pretty into it. Like he was giving a lot of emotion.
It was a very heartfelt song, but also not like
that's the exact word.
It was kind of. It wasn't not nostalgic, but it was like it was both sad, deep, but also
bittersweet.
With a happy. Yeah, bittersweet. Bittersweet is probably the best way I could say it. Might be the most bittersweet song on the album, in my opinion.
Want to shed a tear out of joy and out of like sadness.
Yeah,
it definitely wins for me. Although intro was really good. I actually when the album came out, I don't know why I did this, but I just skipped intro every time, and then like 2 years later. I knew every song, every word.
Just came on.
2 years later, my friend was like, "Put on the intro," and I was like, "Why would you do that? It's like 10 seconds." And then he played it. I was like, "Whoa, what is this?" It was like it was euphoria when I found out that the intro was a real song, and I listened to it so much.
You know why I think that is I hate whenever artists just title it intro,
right?
Because I then want to skip it, and in my mind, I think it's a skip too.
It's like a filler. The intro,
it's really just a filler, or at least normally it is. So I get where you're coming from on that.
But the thing, I know Logic, and I know that everything's a story, and he ties it all together. So for me to do that, it was so like I didn't believe it. It was awesome though. It was great. Yeah. It's like Christmas. There's another Under Pressure song. This one's not close. Lost in Translation versus Like Whoa. Like Whoa was a 1 seed for me. I think I haven't looked all the way through it yet.
Lost in Translation is another one of those very cinematic, you gotta peel back the layers to really enjoy it.
It's like an ogre or an onion.
Yes, exactly.
Many layers.
One of the things that the coolest thing I like about that is the thing that bothers me about that album is the fact that, or not bothers me, but they were just like, hey, play it in reverse or whatever. That's like the whole thing.
Yeah.
And it was just like the fact that this sounds like an intro to an album, and the intro sounds like a closer, and it makes sense. So I like that.
Cool, yeah.
I think that's cool. But Like Whoa, you are right. Like Whoa is definitely a 1 seed.
I would think I would have said that before we started, but I haven't gotten through every song. Like I haven't looked through it all for me to be like, these are the 1 seeds. But it's gonna be close. It's up there.
Like Whoa has quality bars, great beat. I don't know if for me it's gonna go as far as like a typical Logic fan. I just feel like I don't. Like Whoa doesn't do it for me like it does for other Logic fans that I've talked to.
It's got me feeling like a postman all the way through. And the beat drop, where the beat it stops, and the first time you hear it, you think the song's over. At the end, and it goes, and then it's like the beat just kind of like rides at the end. I really, the whole song is awesome.
Yeah, no, I still think it's a great song, but we'll just see how far it goes.
Yeah, we'll have to get there.
So Soul Food versus Flexecution. I really like Flexecution. I think it's a banger, but I also think Soul Food, that double song, it's the second track on Under Pressure.
Right.
Further sets up the album. I think it's fantastic. Definitely.
I thought Flexecution was whack.
I just think he's got hyper. I think he also has hyper songs just on the first Bobby Tarantino. Flexecution.
Yeah. I just thought it was like, I heard it and he was like, because Logic can be corny. I mean, I'm a fan of him, but he can be corny.
Yeah, of course.
That's his thing. And I heard it and he was like, this is my new word. This means, like just being, I forgot what he described it as something, but obviously it's like, didn't do it for me.
Yeah,
didn't do it for me.
I agree.
I enjoyed it sometimes when it was hype because it got kind of popular at one point. For him, like he was still kind of ascending at that point, I feel like when it dropped. Just like for mainstream, but Soul Foods, there's a lot of 1 seeds. There's a lot of 1 seeds.
Under Pressure might just be making up most of the 1 seeds. So
how do we get here? All right, what's next?
So Midnight versus Upgrade.
Oh God, I really love Midnight. But I really love Upgrade.
Midnight, I think, is gonna have to take it for this one. I like Upgrade, but I don't think it's close.
I will concede, but I think I would have Upgrade as like a 51-49.
Yeah.
But I will concede because it's 49, and if we're gonna make this like a duo bracket, then we're gonna put Midnight up there.
Yeah. No, I agree.
There was one video that he had on Instagram. I don't know if you like look at all his Instagram stories, but right before this album came out, or right as it came out, him and all his friends were and they were like singing it together, like all in the kitchen. I think he was drunk. He was hammered, and it was so awesome. I was like, "That's
okay."
Right
then
now.
I get that. Then that's why I know. It's got that extra layer. Kind of like how I think one of the reasons everyone loved ZZ so much was because of that fucking leaked video in the studio where they're all dancing.
Yeah, I'm a demon on God. That was yes, that's definitely, it's got a special spot just for that.
So Hit My Line versus Growing Pains 3. I actually need to withdraw my previous statement. I think Hit My Line is my favorite song from No Pressure.
Oh, okay.
So
what you gonna say of all time?
No,
well, it might be
solid.
It is
there. It hits a lot of ways, but I like Growing Pains 3 a lot. But being that it's definitely not in the top part of Under Pressure, I would have to say
it's definitely in the bottom half of Under Pressure. For songs. I don't have a strong opinion either way on these songs. I liked Hit My Line. I really did. I really like Growing Pains 3. But neither of them stand out in my mind in like my like personal ranking list. So I'm gonna let you do what you want. What do you want for this one?
I'm gonna have to say Hit My Line, even though I love Under Pressure.
Yeah. So, all right. We'll mark it down. What's next? Oh, jeez. Lord Willin versus Lord Willin. Like, he has a line about you bump this in your whip while you drive, and every time he does it, I kind of like roll the windows down and feel the wind on me. I love this song. I love to play it in my car too because he says it.
Yeah, no, Dark Place I thought was a good song on the album, but Lord Willin, it's not even close.
It's so fun.
Yeah, I know.
It kind of doesn't fit the album though, for me. Like sometimes when I think it's like the whole album's kind of like supposed to be like spacey, eerie, kind of like what's going on.
Not necessarily eerie. I still get like, I think if it fits the space vibe, it's good. But I think it's the beat of that sounds similar. Being that it came out around the same time,
right?
I actually relate this album a lot to Interstellar.
I can see that.
So being kind of like, it's not the same, but for me, it gives off a more happier, poppy vibe of the similar like gothic organ that's used in Interstellar.
That's why I mean by like eerie. It's kind of like deep and almost like a little scary, but not quite. It's just like unknown. Like that's kind of. And this song to me, it's very poppy. It's very happy. Like I kind of want to smile when I hear it. So I love it. It just now that I'm thinking back on it, I'm like, it kind of doesn't fit the album as much as the other ones do in my mind. It does though. It does. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm having trouble articulating my words right now, but I love it. That's what I'll say.
I think we both agree though that Lord Willin takes the cake on that one. So the next one is Dad Bod versus Mama and Show Love. I love YBN Cordae, and that's the whole reason I'm going to go with Mama Show Love, because that album, again, wasn't really that impressive to me. No. And Dad Bod was probably one of the cringiest songs on No Pressure. So this
I would agree with you. I saw it in person. Cordae opened. And,
you saw him on that tour? Okay, yeah, that would have been good, because you could see JID too.
Yeah, he opened for him. Yeah,
that was a tour I wanted to go on, but I forget why and I couldn't make it. But.
For one reason or another, we're all busy. It was pretty good though, so I'll have to pick it too because I saw him perform in person, and those two songs are kind of like. I haven't looked too far ahead, but I don't think they'll make it very far.
I agree with you on that.
So, okay, Run It versus Bounce. This is the first tricky one.
This one's very hard.
I really like. Jeez, all right, give me some thoughts. Give me some thoughts to feed off of.
Run It, if like he wasn't trying to make this album cinematic, and if I'm thinking where it is in the placement of the track list correctly, you could end the album on Run It and it would be left off perfectly.
Yes.
Just the fucking, I forget the full bar, but basically how he talks about how he runs it and he just drops it. It's a very light drop moment. So
walk off.
Yeah, very walk off, but Bounce is a very kind of like, when he's trying to set the scene, which is why I think I liked Under Pressure so much, is the fact that he talked about in his mixtapes about the rough upbringing he had,
certainly,
and all that, but he then came into Under Pressure where there was just kind of like, it was the whole Tarantino telling movie out of story, where it was kind of like, there's the good kind of like Logic's blowing up, but then it's also like, there's this other character that's gang banging and just like very street shit, and this embodied a very good concept of just doing street shit, and I really like the way it captured that, and that's why I like Bounce. But
you think Bounce? Oh, that's what you
I don't know.
I know it's such a toss up. We might need to flip a coin, but I think that they're both songs. Like he's bragging in both songs, kind of like he's both. He's flexing a little bit in both songs, even more in Run It. I would have to pick Run It.
I'll go with you on that one.
Okay, you want to go with that because
I'll go with that.
I really do love it. The mic drop, and everything. It's got the perfect energy. Like it's so much energy in that song. Same with Bounce, but I feel like Run It is like, I don't know. I really like that song. A bit more polished. I don't know how to explain it, but that's the words that come to mind. All right, and then the last one. Oh, two more. Super Mario World versus Perfect.
I enjoyed Perfect, but Super Mario World, very catchy.
The video's
great.
The video's cool. He's like playing basketball as Mario.
Yeah, the video's great. The beat's really awesome. Cool. I love the 8-bit beat.
Yeah, it was like its own idea. Like I don't think we've ever heard kind of like a song like that.
I think that was like one of the first popular 8-bit beats I'd heard. So yeah, no, I'll definitely agree with that.
And I'm gonna give it to him. I'll Super Mario World. We won't take too long on that one. And then the last...
Some of these are like, it's no contest, but then some of these are very tough.
Yes, and I think we're going to get to discussing the songs more in later rounds. Some of the early ones will be a lot quicker.
Yeah.
The Return versus Fade Away. The Return was good. The Fade Away was amazing.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Tell me how I feel about it.
It's more it's kind of like The Return just can't compete against Fade Away.
It could have been, and he couldn't have done much to compete against Fade Away. There's not. I really like that song too. Both those albums, God, they're so good. Mm-hmm. He's got a lot of good songs. All right, so we made it through the first half of the first round, but everything is all. It's going to get quicker from here.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
So now we're going. The first one, starting it off in the on the East Coast.
Yeah.
Is not even fair.
Northeast. No, that's not. Gang Related is like one of those songs. It's like I feel like when I think of Gang Related or Logic, I think of Gang Related. Like that's him.
That was when this song came out. I literally heard this and I was like, "This is his hardest song ever."
Yep.
And it's still arguably his hardest song ever.
Stand the test of time.
And I think this one. I see that this one actually made it to the finals on the DJ Pickle Juice bracket, and I'm actually surprised. I don't know if you want to toss your hand in on that, but in a Gang Related versus Under Pressure, I would take Gang Related almost every time.
Yeah, 9.5 times out of 10. 9.5 times out of 10. But maybe there's other songs that are going to compete with Gang Related.
Oh, yeah, I'm excited to see that. But I just seeing that it made it to the finals and didn't win kind of surprised me.
So these got voted on? Like this is all vote?
He did Twitter polls for each matchup.
So this isn't DJ Pickle Juice's opinion. These were his fans'
He made the bracket, and it's his fans who vote on them, which is me. But I never actually see them. All I see when I pull up Twitter is the actual bracket. I never see the tweets of the votes because I guess I just miss it. But
Confessions of a Dangerous Mind versus Warm It Up. I like Confessions of a Dangerous Mind.
I agree.
I really like that song.
Yeah, me too.
When I think he dropped it on Twitter.
It was the best. I remember it was the
blood
covered in blood, and then it was just like dropping Friday. And I think it was like after a really long period of silence, and then he just dropped the video. It was just like Friday. Yeah. And I was like, I love this song, and the video was great. About it.
And the thing was, I have him on Twitter post notifications, and I forgot because I think he like either got off Twitter or logged out of his Twitter for months before this. And then I was like, Logic tweeted. And I was with my friend who loves Logic, Matt, and I was like, oh my God, hold on. Dude, we gotta go to the car. And I was like, this is something's happening.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think it was definitely the best single from that album. Mm-hmm. Arguably, actually, my favorite from that album. Yeah. So I would definitely take that one.
What's next?
Never Been and Everybody Dies.
I've been working like I've never been. I actually like both these songs. They're just different periods.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to take Never Been on this one.
Yeah,
it's the beat. It's also the back half. I arguably I don't know if I'll take heat for this, but I think the second half of Incredible True Story is better than the first half.
I would have to say no.
Okay.
You can give me the points, but I'm just thinking about it. There's a whole album through. I can listen to the album all the way through. Especially because he tried to make it cinematic, so it was like an experience also, like musically, and then you hear them talking and they go on their journey. So yeah, I can listen to that whole album, no problem. And the back half is good. I'm not trying to take anything away.
Yeah.
And I love this song, so we'll leave it there because we're gonna get through some more songs. Oh, Driving Miss Daisy versus Everybody. I really enjoyed Everybody.
I feel about the same as these, and being that, I thought Driving Miss Daisy was good, but it was definitely not my favorite on the album.
No, I would say.
And I was actually I wasn't underwhelmed by Gambino, but I was definitely like, I know you can go harder than this.
Because I feel like he didn't give a lot of energy on this verse.
Yeah, I agree. That's actually 100%. He was not very energetic on the beat. Mm-mm. So yeah, I'll go with Everybody.
I think so. Everybody too. I really like those hoodies when they came out. Those beige hoodies. I really never got one. I really should have.
Yeah, that's why I got this shirt because it's kind of the same color, and I don't own many shirts. I wear khakis all the time, but
well, I like that album too. I like the song. So the No Pressure intro versus YS4. Versus Sinatra 4.
I'm gonna have to take No Pressure intro on this one.
I would think so. Although I did enjoy Young Sinatra 4, it wasn't like I kind of never really went back and listened to it as much as I did the No Pressure intro or the other songs.
Well, I guess it's also it's not just a versus comparison. Right. It's like you gotta for No Pressure intro. It was kind of like I had no idea what to expect with this album. It was just I think he was just like, hey, album drops in 2 weeks.
Yep, that's it.
And that was it. Didn't drop any singles.
No.
So I got no understanding. I knew he's saying he was retiring, but I didn't know where he was going to go with it.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that the whole vibe was very, very paying tribute to his early stuff, but also on a very modern kind of take.
Yeah.
And then also he included, it was very fun. It was, I mean, he had the Snake voice on there. I love that. The Metal Gear Solid reference. Young Sinatra 4, it was like, it was good, but like comparing, I guess I had expectations already. I had no expectations of No Pressure's intro.
I think that was what did him the best.
Young Sinatra 4 was just like, this is going to be a Young Sinatra project. I know it's going to be more boom bap, and for those who don't like that, that's why that album wasn't as greatly received.
Right.
Because everyone was like, oh, I want New Logic, and it was like, it's
he's
boom
like, you
bap.
said you wanted old, and then you said you want new. Which one is it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But,
what do you want?
yeah, I think for that, it was just, I prefer the earlier Young Sinatras anyway. I mean, I think 1 and 2 were amazing.
They were.
So-
They were. Yeah. I mean, that's like that era. Some of his best work for him. Like at that point in his career, those were some of his best. So we'll give it to the No Pressure intro. It earned it. Now this one, okay, this one is tough for me because I really like Young Jesus, but I love Metropolis.
I think Young Jesus might be the most underrated song.
It was the first, wasn't it? Like the first one released, wasn't it?
Second. I think it was after Like Whoa.
Okay, yeah.
I think it was after Like Whoa,
Right.
and it was and it had Big Limbo.
Right, which I love. He's
Yes,
awesome.
I know. I heard that song and I was like, why is he not on more? Like that. I was like, dude, he like is the reason you had your career. He like paid.
Yeah,
you lived in his basement.
Yeah, he hosted you.
Yeah, and so I was like, dude, put him on more songs because he's good.
And he's
It'd
good.
be different. It'd be different if he was bad, but he's good. So I was like, damn.
That song was so fun. Like
It was.
Like the whole, the whole way
big
through.
fan of that.
Me
but
too. That's why I love that song.
I'm gonna have to take Metropolis.
But that being said, I have to put Metropolis. It's just the only thing about that song is there's that beat that's really similar to the Kendrick beat. Sing About Me, I'm Dying of Thirst.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was kind of like
You've been paying tribute to it a little bit.
that, but it was also like he likes boom bap, but I think he heard that because I think it was the year after Good Kid, Mad City dropped.
It was.
And it was the fact that it was like, hey, this song was super popular, which I love. Sing About Me, I'm Dying of Thirst.
It is.
It's one of the few 13-minute songs that I can stomach
Listen to
very
the whole
well.
thing?
Yes.
Yeah, no problem.
But
I love that song.
I
love
Metropolis
It's
I think
gonna
was
get-
just it's because I like when he's on that very like chill, you recline in a car seat or next to a bunch of like really loud speakers and just vibe.
I
to
feel like he was like
boom
kind of
bap.
like talking to us in that song too, and like at the end when he's talking to the girl on the train,
Mhm.
Donnie Darko. You don't know Donnie Darko? Just all the way through.
Yeah.
It was a good song.
So the next one is Open Mic Aquarius 3 verse All Right.
Tough one.
For me it's not.
Not at all.
All Right,
yeah. Like,
by far.
I was
I
saying it
love
sarcastically.
I forget what it is, but it's like the yes, it's like a call. Is it almost like the Jeopardy beat? Like except like slowed down and kind of, but it's like I love the beat of All Right, and I love the like
Hold up.
the intro where it's the
Yeah, like if you play it with the subwoofer loud,
Oh, yeah.
it rattles. I was like, whoa, where did this come from? Because
and then it just
Honda
comes
Civic.
in and just I love that. I love Big Sean. I thought Big Sean fucking killed it.
magician.
Yes.
He's a magician
The
on the beat,
magician.
yeah, on the
Oh my
beat.
god, that was so good. I think they at the time of when this song released, I think it was also great because not even counting Eminem, I think Logic and Big Sean were like I think
1 and
Logic
2.
was very similar in style to Big Sean.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
Big
yeah.
Sean at the time, that was close to peak Big Sean.
Yes.
That was probably right after Hall of Fame, right before Dark Sky Paradise. And it was just two lyricists just putting it back and forth,
Right.
and just killing
The
it.
first time I heard it, I guess she's a magician. I went, "Ah!" Like in my car, I was like, what did he just say? And I like rewinded it, listened to it again, and I was like, you gotta hear this line, guys. What do you think?
I know that definitely a standout bar like that. You have to.
I think I'd like to meet the girl. Just to meet. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
I
she's
met
a magician.
Yeah. Just to say I met one, because I don't know if I have.
First, because then you get to hook people, because then if they don't know the song, then you can be like, one, I've got a song for you to love, and then two, let me explain to you what a magician is.
Yeah, she was doing tricks. All right. Then it's Wrist versus City of Stars. So Pusha T and Logic on Wrist, I enjoyed it. I actually did. It was kind of repetitive a little bit a few times, but I enjoyed it as a song. But the competition it's going up against for me.
Yeah, City of Stars is the classic. City of Stars is kind of like the big cinematic space ballad.
Yes, definitely.
Very, very pop sounding, but not pop sounding at the same time. I was like, enjoyed it a lot. And I mean, Wrist, at the end of the day, it was just kind of like Pusha T's kind of popping. Let's just basically do a Pusha T song with.
So it has like a storyline behind it, but it's like a one-off song. It's like the dude, he's the cocaine dealer, and then they get like in a bust at the end of the song.
Yeah.
And I was like, where is this coming from? Like, it's kind of a cool story, but like, this is just for one song. It doesn't.
And also, it's else. On the project it's on. It's like, this is just a compilation of bangers, so you can go on tour and get people hyper.
Right. Yeah. And let's make some money.
Yeah, of course.
I'm not gonna blame you for that.
So yeah, I think City of Stars takes that one.
Okay. All right. So now we're on the bottom right, the southeast quadrant. The southeast quadrant, and I just took a quick peek through it. I think there's gonna be some fun ones. So 44 bars versus Growing Pains 4. 4.
I thought it was an interesting spin with GP4, but also it was just like you're literally having an Outkast sample carry the song, and 44 bars. It was so
awesome,
good.
Yeah.
So good.
Another one of those very genuine songs. Like when he's talking, I feel like I'm just sitting there and like talking to him, like just looking at him. He's talking to me.
I liked it was as it started moving that way, kind of like around that time where people were mixing the old chopped up soul kind of stuff that Kanye pioneered with his beats, but they took the pitched up samples and they put it on like a trap beat that was like more for vibing at night.
Right. And exactly what this was.
And this was a very like this is one of those songs that if I'm on like a flight really late at night, I throw this on.
Yeah, and just kind of close. You can even close your eyes to it.
Yeah.
And just listen. Very smooth, relaxing, soothing, but
and also pondering.
Beat,
Also pondering. Very deep.
Mm-hmm, it is. It was a good song.
The Champagne Bar. Big fan.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, 44 bars is definitely going to take that one.
Champagne. Well, the next one is Black Spider-Man versus Contra.
Contra, I think, definitely one of the top bangers of his, but I think Black Spider-Man takes it.
I didn't love Black Spider-Man that much. I would actually pick Contra here. The thing was when everybody came out, I think though, I don't know what I was expecting. So he said that in what song was it? My third album, my Graduation, like Kanye, right? Graduation might be my favorite album of all time, like Kanye. So then I'm expecting this 10 out of 10, like the best thing I've ever heard. Then what comes out wasn't perfect to me. It wasn't a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
So when I hear these songs,
I'll have to agree with you on that one.
It leaves such a bad taste in my mouth from the album. Like I was scarred. He scarred me. But he's done.
He scarred me with this album too. I'm not gonna lie.
So there might be like I might be like have a slant towards it because of what it did to me. So I would go with Contra, but I'm okay with going Black Spider-Man because Contra isn't like this my favorite song or anything like that.
To be fair, I'll go with Contra because the thing that carries Black Spider-Man for me is not actually the bars. It's like the whole.
Like the chorus and the singing. And
it's the production really. It's the layer of the choir.
Really
I love the piano riff of the beat. I love that's really what carries it. Yeah. So I'll go with Contra because I think if we're talking about song wise, I like the production. I think there's better production on Black Spider-Man.
Definitely.
But if we're talking about Logic, I think did better on Contra.
I think so too.
I'll go with that. I'll go with Contra on that.
All right, let's do it. Next.
Very interesting choice of vibes to match up of Nicki versus Amen.
Yeah, because Nicki's like, I like how he was teasing it on Twitter before. He's like, "Who's Nicki? Who's Nicki?"
Yeah.
And then everyone was like, "Who is Nicki? Like, we don't know about Nicki yet. How come we haven't talked about her?" But obviously, we all know it was his cigarette addiction. I don't think anyone's ever made a rap song about cigarette addiction before that, or very minimal. But I love that song.
Yeah, I mean, I liked Amen. I think
Amen.
I really will say that for how strong the album started, that album could have ended a lot better. Mm-hmm. So with that, and Amen kind of I guess Amen was technically the rap of No Pressure, and then the last two were supposed to be Ultra 85.
Right.
So with that being said, I'm gonna take Nicki on this one.
Yeah. Also, Amen, another NBA song. They used him again. They really like Logic.
Yeah, I've noticed that too.
I don't know why,
but
they're good music. Great taste, NBA.
I was just surprised that that's a different topic. I'll get into that later. So Stainless versus Iconic.
Iconic with Jaden Smith.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, just making sure. I actually really like that song, but Stainless is like...
I like Stainless for Logic. The reason I like Iconic was I thought the beat was super cool. It was very kind of like get you moving. And then I think whenever it was like the almost distorted kind of like screaming of I'm just an icon living.
Yeah.
That part is super awesome. But I mean, it's really, again, more of a not Logic. If you're looking at Logic's performance, I think Stainless is...
So, Stainless is probably top 3 on that album for me.
Okay.
So, needless to say...
I think he spits... That's definitely the fastest he raps is on Stainless. And I think...
What are we picking here?
I'll take Stainless. I'll definitely take Stainless on this one.
Oh, God, I love that song. I might go listen to it after this. It's got me in the mood to just grind into some Logic.
Exactly.
Okay. Next is Tillian, Heard Him Say.
Heard Him Say, like the tribute to Kanye and how big of an impact he's had on his career.
I like the Kanye song.
I do like the song. I listened to it yesterday because it's completely random, but the Joe Rogan episode with Kanye dropped yesterday, and I watched it.
And?
It was very good. I mean, Joe talked for, this is a complete tangent, but Joe talked for 20 minutes out of the 3 hours that
so Kanye
talked the entire time.
Oh, well, that's kind of what we want, though, isn't it?
It is, but till the end, it's so good. I love the beat.
The birthday party. Man, the kids screaming.
Yes. Oh my God, it's great. So many.
Did you ever play Halo?
I did.
Did you ever play? I think it was Reach, when you would kill the grunts and then they would go, "Hey!" It's the same exact sound. And whenever I heard that song,
that's hilarious. No, because I think ODST was the last one I played. So I played multiplayer in Reach, but I didn't play it that much.
Got it. There was like an offline mode, and you could put like the skulls on, and there was one called Birthday Party, and then whenever you killed the grunt, they would go at the end of the song. It was the same thing.
Love that.
Just a little side note. All right. Ooh. I am the greatest. There's never enough. See, when you put an Under Pressure song against a Tit song, it's gonna be tough.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be tough because those two albums have a lot of great songs all the way through them.
Yeah, and this one's tough because for me they're at the same ranking on each album.
Oh, like where they fall in the album.
Like I would say, Never Enough in the song ranking is in the same range of spot of where I Am the Greatest is. If that makes any sense.
It does. No, I get exactly what you're saying. I was just trying to think about what song I'm picking and why. I think I'm going to go with Never Enough just for that 20-second when he goes, and we are the coolest motherfuckers on the planet. That, I love that. Like, that might be one of my favorite 20-second snippets in the whole album. Just, like, if I took that out, I love the way that sounds.
Yeah, that's kind of like the...
It gives me goosebumps.
I feel like it would go very well with the Neil deGrasse Tyson gif of him like going through the cosmos. Like I think that the way it kind of like flies, just like I'll take Never Enough on that one.
But it's not that far. I love I Am the Greatest, like the Ali sample, I guess you could call it. So I'll write it down. Because we got our personal bracket rolling right here. All right, what's next?
So it's Ordinary Day and Hallelujah. I think Ordinary Day is better than Hallelujah based off of this, but I'm going to be honest, neither of these songs do it enough for me to where I even care.
Same.
So
I'll go with Ordinary Day. I think if I was just clicking through, I'd pick Hallelujah, but I'll go with Ordinary Day. They're not going to go far. I think.
No, I agree. Especially with the matchup they have.
Right, I feel bad. It's a tough quadrant. All right, last pick of the first round. Let's make it count.
So Contact versus 44 More.
Okay, that's not fair, because Contact doesn't have words. Like, there's no lyrics.
I think it does. I love Contact just because of, like, it sounds like, the drums, amazing, and it sounds like they're landing on a planet. Like, that's,
it does.
It's a very, like, you could put that in a movie, in a space movie, where they're landing on a planet with that song, and it could be any space movie where they're landing on a planet, it would fit perfectly.
It feels like they're beginning an expedition, or, like the sound fits what he was trying to do, and the song does its job perfect, which is like them landing on the plane. And it's for me, it's exactly
and I listen to Contact all the time, but also it's not Logic isn't in there at all.
No.
So 44 more, I think,
will win.
But
one time, Contact got stuck in my head for a day, and I was like, "How? There's no words." It's like how does it get stuck in my head? There's no words. It was good. It was really good. So that's it. That's the first round. That's it. We just went through it.
That was a good round.
It was, but now I think things are going to get a bit more heated.
I think
between me and you, just like intense decisions.
It's definitely going to get harder,
right?
But I've looked at, and it's just some of the matchups on here. It's like there's going to be some that are just going to be coming out so strong that they're just going to get destroyed no matter who they go
against.
And
it's going to be like an 8 out of 10 song loses to a 10 out of 10, but it's clear.
But it's so obvious.
So like if we go back to the Northwest bracket, I think the first pick.
Under pressure, I think definitely beats.
We have Under Pressure versus Indica Badu. And Under Pressure wins.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to go far. Indica Badu was awesome. It's just not what Under Pressure was. Like that, he put 7 minutes into it. And I just feel like he worked a lot harder on Under Pressure. And you can hear it.
I mean, it's the title track.
Right.
So, I mean, you got to make that count.
And then, all right, I'll tell you what we have because it might be a little different.
Yeah, I realize it.
It's DJ Pickle Juice. I'm Gone versus Soul Food 2. Soul Food 2 is really good, and it was actually better. Like, so he's done a lot of songs where it's like, whatever, Growing Pains 1, 2, 3, Young Sinatra 1, 2, 3. And Soul Food, I never thought he was going to make a second one.
Neither did I.
So when he did it, I was like, oh, you can't touch a classic. Like,
I think what did it for me was because he literally just resampled the old beat.
Well, yes, perfect. You did it. You didn't. Yeah.
They tweaked it and made it a little bit better. So.
But that would be like, I'm trying to think. When we talked about it earlier, like Da Vinci's like Mona Lisa 2, and I'm like, all right, let's not. There's no point in Mona Lisa 2.
Yeah, that's true.
But I like I'm Gone better.
I'll go with I'm Gone. I'm Gone is a solid one.
It really is. It's not like it's not top 3 for me on that album. But it's up there.
I think it's better than. I'll say it's better than Soul Food 2 at least.
Yes, I'll give it that. Okay, this next one for me is tough. It's Buried Alive versus Paradise. I feel like you're leaning Buried Alive.
I am, but I could honestly go either way on this one. I'll be real honest.
Follow me to paradise. I really like that guy in the song, and then Buried Alive is so good. We're about to go very under pressure heavy here. If we do go Buried Alive,
I know. I'm gonna leave this one to you.
What did the DJ Pickle Juicers pick?
They picked Buried Alive.
Their fans, DJ Pickle Juicers.
I have no idea.
Well,
I really don't.
We can
know.
start calling that for the video.
Yes.
Yeah, DJ Pickle Juicers.
Yeah, unless you've got another name.
Unless we're missing something.
Leave a comment below if y'all have a different name for the fans.
I think it's the Juicers, the Pickle Juicers.
Pickle Juicers. Okay.
They picked.
They picked Buried Alive.
Oh yeah, yes, they did pick Buried Alive. So let's fade them. Let's go opposite. Let's go Paradise.
Okay.
It's pretty. Oh god, I feel so like wrong. Cutting Buried Alive in the second round.
I mean, there's gonna be a lot of those.
I'm going Buried Alive. I'm sorry.
We're not fading. Okay.
No. I wanted to.
We're going Buried Alive.
It's too good. Man. All right, Man I Is like whoa.
I think I'm gonna have to disagree. I like Man I Is that much, which is where it's gonna get heated. But I'll go with Like Whoa because I think objectively and where it is, and also could just need to give Like Whoa a few more listens.
It's been a few years now.
Oh, I know.
Okay.
I know. It's just
maybe recency bias.
Maybe. It's kind of hard being that this album is still fairly new.
It is.
And I'm still enjoying it a lot.
Right, because it's like you're still in the honeymoon phase with it potentially, compared to Like Whoa. Like Who's old relationship.
Like Whoa, feeling like a motherfucking postman. You literally could walk away from that song, and the way you feel after hearing that bar is just like, all right, like,
and then
you just hear the intro, and then you hear that bar, and you could just pause and be like, all right, I'm done. That was it. That was so hard.
That's it.
You could have ended the song there, and I would have been fine.
Premature.
So I guess I'm very biased because Man I Is just a very feel good song. So I think that's why it just makes you feel good. Some kind of way, feel very good, and that's why I'm feeling that way. But I'll take Like Whoa.
I would have to say Like Whoa, but we'll say that you if you were gun to your head, you would pick Man I Is.
Yeah.
But for the sake of the bracket.
At the current situation, yeah. For the sake of the bracket, I'll do that. And maybe if I revisit this in a while, I don't know if that changed.
And
so we'll
you look
see.
at it like, whoa. Soul Food versus Midnight. Soul Food won.
I would definitely have to take Soul Food.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. That's like a top 2 on that album, probably.
Midnight's one of those that it's like, this song is very underrated on this album.
It is.
But,
it's like one of the only ones from Bobby Tarantino 2 on there.
Well, it's also one thing I hate is that like I think everyone confuses it because the first 2 singles were Every Day and Overnight. So whenever you have these different types of points of day and like it's like you're gonna get confused between them. You're like, is it every day? Is it overnight? Is it midnight?
Like, is it a song called Noon? Yeah, like 6 p.m.
Yeah.
Start throwing those in there just to make it more confusing.
Yeah. So
But Soul Food
is
definitely, that
definitely takes it.
That's
not even close.
All right, Hit My Line versus Lord Willin'.
I'm gonna have to say Hit My Line on this one, which is horrible to say.
Well, you know what?
I love Lord Willin'.
We took away Man I Is, so I'm gonna give Hit My Line.
And the only reason I also agree with that is because I think Hit My Line just hits different than I think it's a positive song. I think it's very catchy.
Yeah, it is.
I love how they add at the end that little like the guitar riff. I like how that's like subtly in there.
It's just kind of placed.
It's more of an orchestra, I think, than Lord Willin'. Lord Willin' I do love. Lord Willin' is one of my favorites.
Don't get it twisted.
On there. But like Hit My Line, I think is just so good. And I think he really put a lot into that song, so that's kind of why I have to go with that one.
Well, I disagree, but we'll give because it's a compromise. We're making a bracket together. There's a lot of compromise.
Yes.
Give and take. So we will do Hit My Line. Next is Mama Show Love versus Run It.
I think Run It's going to have to take that one.
Yeah, like Mama Show Love, it barely won its first matchup. It doesn't deserve... No one thought it would get here, and it's not going to go another round.
Yeah.
So we were going to give it to Run It. That song is awesome. And it says it in the name. It's really good to run to. I don't know if you run a lot, but the beats per minute, the BPM on that song, and then the energy...
I must try that.
It's like... It gives you an extra, like... You can run an extra half mile with it. I can only run a half mile in general, so...
Okay.
So that's the extra. So it's a mile after that.
Okay.
That's why I play it every time. And then the bottom left, the last one, Super Mario World versus Fade Away. I really do like Super Mario World, but not enough to give it Fade Away.
I can do that. That works.
Fade
Away.
Away.
I can definitely... Fade Away is very enjoyable, so I can definitely
Feeling
take
like
that
Matthew McConaughey on an interstellar mission. There you go. Oh, he says it. Yeah, there you go. Maybe he was thinking the same thing. All right. Well, that's the left. Second round to the left side. We're gonna get to the right side here, and it is Gang Related versus Confessions of a Dangerous Mind. Like I said, I really did like Confessions of a Dangerous Mind.
But it's really hard. This is one of those that you hate to see go.
Yeah, it's so early.
It's very early. It should make it further, but being that it's against fucking Gang Related.
It really got fucked on the seating.
Yeah.
It got put in such a bad spot. Like, I mean, Gang Related's the powerhouse. I think it's going to go far. I think. This is our bracket, so maybe...
Yeah.
We'll
I would not be surprised if Gang Related makes it as far as it did
in the Pickle Juicers?
Yes, in the Pickle Juicers
in the
bracket.
Pickle Juicers bracket.
Yeah, so we'll definitely go with Gang Related on that one.
That was easy. All right, Never Been versus Everybody. See, these two both were kind of tough for us. I think we didn't love Drive Miss Daisy, and Everybody Dies.
For this one though, I think Never Been is way better than Everybody.
Me too.
I'll definitely take that one.
That's a hard stance.
It was hard to get to that round for those two, but now that these two are up against each other, I don't even think it's close.
I've been working like a Never Been. That is a good song. That is easy. All right. So then No Pressure Intro versus Metropolis.
I really love both of those, and I can honestly go either way. And I'm leaning Metropolis just because it's got that feeling of just whenever it dropped.
Yeah.
It was a solid point of the album. Also, it's Under Pressure, and I think it's both. I think if we were doing albums, we would probably both vote that Under Pressure is by far the
superior
winner on here.
I think they could do all his body of work. Did you read his book?
I did.
So I bought it, and then I got 20 pages into it, and I didn't finish it.
I read it, and it was enjoyable to read, but then I gave it to a friend and told him to have it because I was like, I will never read this again.
But
I'm glad he tried to write a book, but it's just not doing it for me.
It was corny. It was him.
Yeah, it was very him. It was very him. You're right. It was.
He's not an author. He can. I mean, I feel like he can. I feel like his best thing is rapping, from what I've seen.
Yeah.
But Yeah, I was just running a thought, but I forgot about that album.
Yeah.
I mean, that book. And I
was not a fan of that album, though. I will say that.
Yeah, no.
It was kind of like his version of Kid Cudi's Speeding Bullet to Heaven.
Yeah, well, to
be fair, Supermarket was a lot more stomachable than...
and that's low praise. That is very low praise. Because that was the one terrible album by Cudi.
Yeah. But at least he has so many other good albums.
And songs. He made up for it. We all have our lows.
So.
All right. Where are we? All right. You just said that. It's versus City of Stars.
I love City of Stars, but again, I think All Right's going to make it far on this one. Yeah. It's that Vagician.
So City of Stars. I guess she was doing tricks on me. Yeah, well, I'm penciling in All Right. I really do like that song. I think it was
It was a single before the album.
I
remember listening to it on SoundCloud. It's
Hold up. Let me get my mind right.
Also, one thing that I hate that he did is it's the only one he's done this, but I hate that I don't get to appreciate the original album artwork for Under Pressure because I love all the songs on the deluxe, so I just have the deluxe saved. So I just constantly see that, and sometimes I forget that he even had the original, in the basement.
Which is cool. He's on the computer.
I like that one a lot, but it was still just like, you had the painted one for the deluxe. I'm gonna say
that was
that
cool.
One, so,
that was really cool.
Yeah, I like that one.
So, but All Right, we're gonna give All Right. There's gonna be some really tough matchups this next round. I'm just looking at it, but we're gonna get through this one. 44 bars versus Contra. Contra didn't all the way deserve to be here, so I think it's gonna be 44 bars.
I'm gonna have to say 44 bars on this one over Contra.
Really surprising to me, the Pickle Juicers had 44 bars in the final four, and before I looked at it, I would not have said that 44 bars was in my top four for Logic.
I know. It's weird seeing that.
I think it was the way the bracket was made up, though.
Yeah,
the bottom right one's kind of weak compared to the other three.
Oh yeah, 100%. I definitely agree on that.
It got away with one for the Juicers, and maybe it'll get there for us, the PJers.
Yeah.
So maybe it'll make it that far for us, but for me, it makes it another round.
Yeah, 44 bars definitely goes another round.
It makes it another round. All right. Then we have Nicki versus Stainless. Like I said, Stainless was a top 3 song for me on that album. But I love Nicki too.
I think I like these both equally as much. I can actually go either way on this one.
Oh, don't make me decide.
Oh.
It's like picking your favorite kid. I don't have any kids. I don't know what that's like, but I would imagine
it's like something that I don't know what it's like.
Speaking from no experience.
So
I would say Stainless.
I was gonna say Stainless because Nicki is like, I both enjoyed the way that he led us along, and then it was like a twist, but it was also like, this is kind of corny.
Yes,
so,
yeah.
So it was like, it's corny but cool at the same time.
Yeah, like he very is close to being so corny. It's like, oh god, but it's not. He does it right to where it's not like unbearable. But what did you? How fast into the song did you realize what it was? Or did it until he released, until he said, slave for the nicotine?
Yeah, that was really whenever it got, because I thought it was a girl up to this.
Yeah, all the way to the end, and I'm like, oh, I get it. I played it for somebody, and they were like, "See me?" Like 30 seconds in the song, they're like, "See me making a song about nicotine?" And I was like, "You picked it up?" I was like, "Oh." It took me a while. I think it's when he said something about Mary Jane, and they were like, weed. Why is it talking about weed? And they were like, oh, nicotine. Oh, Nicki is. Oh, no. And I was like, no, just listen. It's good. But apparently not as good as Stainless. Because that is.
Which is weird because Stainless, I think, has the most, not boring, but the most forgettable beat on that album. Mm-hmm. I think it makes up for it with the bars. I think he just absolutely murders it and it overcompensates. But
it kind of sounds like he kind of has like the Homicide, like fast, very fast.
Yeah, no, I
flow. But I feel like he does it a little bit more like audibly in the song. Sometimes in Homicide, I was like, I can't quite understand what they're saying.
Yeah,
they're going so fast, and I'm like, this is like a gimmick.
Yeah, exactly. They were kind of just like, hey, we're just gonna spit as fast
as we can, and we're gonna put it out. And it was good. It was funny, and it made some like not headlines but news because like it was Eminem, it was Logic, it was Crystalia.
Yeah, it
was cool. So, but yeah, Stainless gets the bump for me. Till the End versus Never Enough. So this is Under Pressure versus Under Pressure. I think it's the first UP.
Well, we're about to have a lot more UP versus UP.
Yeah, I know. This is the first Under Pressure crime.
I like Never Enough a lot. And I know that song part you like, but no, Till the End is gonna have to take.
That's fine with me. I'm pretty indifferent towards like which one is better. Till the End. And then Ordinary Day versus 44 More. I think I like 44 More.
I'll take 44 More. On
Oh,
that
they didn't even have Ordinary Day.
Yeah, I didn't even
Going
make it.
one round, so we'll make this one quick because there's a lot of better matchups coming up soon.
Yeah,
I'm actually
I'm
getting
very
kind of
excited.
excited to see what it's going to be like. I'm trying to gather my thoughts here because I'm going through these in my head, but I got to go one by one. Take it a game at a time. Under Pressure versus I'm Gone. That one's actually not that tough. I like Under Pressure.
Yeah, Under Pressure's a lot better than I'm Gone. I'll say that.
But they're good. They're both so good, so it's like I don't want to just be so quick about it and not give.
You don't want to discount.
Right, but Under Pressure is that much. Yeah, so
no.
we're gonna go with that one. All right, this next one's tough. Buried Alive versus Like Whoa. Well, you're gonna pick Buried Alive because you've been kind of down. I don't want to put words in your mouth, but you've been down on Like Whoa compared to the rest, the majority of Logic fans I feel. Do you mind if I have
fun
water?
fact, I like Buried Alive a lot. Yeah, that's from
Okay,
you.
perfect. The function. Go ahead. Great koozies if you've never tried one.
Hit us up.
Yeah,
We'll send you some.
Please.
I like Buried Alive a lot, but I think on this matchup, I think I'll actually take Like Whoa.
Wow.
To,
I will too.
To surprise. I figured.
Yeah, I mean.
But I think...
Let's do it. I love that song. I would love to see it go far. So I'm writing it in. I do really like Buried Alive. Buried Alive. I also feel like the beat matches the tone and the words of the song. Like, I can kind of feel it being buried alive. Like, it's very like, I don't know how to explain it, but they match. And it sounds correct in my brain. But Like Whoa is just awesome to me.
Yeah.
I mean, that might be my favorite on that album. But we'll see how far it makes it because gosh, this is going to get tough. I keep saying it's going to get tough, and then it keeps getting tougher. So, all right. Soul Food versus Hit My Line. That one's not very tough to me. But you
For
like
me,
Hit My
this
Line.
one's tough. I really like Hit My Line. And the reason I'm saying this is it's like, in my mind, Hit My Line is the best song on No Pressure.
Okay.
Soul Food, I would probably not say is my favorite song from Under Pressure.
I see what you're saying.
When you compare it like that, it's a no-brainer that I would think Hit My Line is better. But discography as a whole,
See,
I guess because it's the double song, I'm gonna have to take Soul Food on this one, even though it very much hurts to
to hit my line that fast.
But yeah, I mean, I thought I would have made it farther, but I guess it's like.
To be fair, it made it a lot further
Than the pickle juice.
than the pickle juicers bracket.
Yes.
So you got its credit there. Like, you gave it its glory, its shine.
Yeah, I helped push it along.
But at some point, all
Yeah,
good things
yeah.
must end, and this is where Hit My Line ends. Soul Food it is. All right, and then we have Run It versus Fade Away.
I'm gonna have to take Runner on this one.
I don't want to do that.
You don't.
I'll just say it. I don't want to do that. But so Run It is like if I had to give it a number, I like giving things number ratings so I can quantify it. So I would give it Run It like an 8.5 and Fade Away like a 9. So that's how close they are for me. And I really love Fade Away, but I really love Run It. And Fade Away doesn't help me run an extra half mile. You know, when you think about it like that, I might have to pick Run It.
I can go Fade Away.
No, you said Run It. You said Run It, and we're doing it. I'm not gonna go. I'm overthinking it now. I really love Run It. Now that I'm thinking about it, like I'm going through the songs in my head, I'm playing them, and I'll go with Run It. Where did they have Run It losing?
Run It lost Fade Away. That's what they have.
Okay, it makes sense. I mean, they're both really good songs, but I really do like Run It.
Especially matched up against each other. I think
That's
they're
why
very-
that
it's very-
bracket is so. They had Soul Food, Run It, and Fade Away, and the top left one was Under Pressure. We have Under Pressure, I'm Gone, Buried Alive, and like, whoa, that's tough.
Yeah.
Compared to what some of the other ones look like. But we'll go with Run It. And now we have four of our Elite Eight. 4 of the Elite Eight filled out. Let's see what the other side looks like. Gang Related versus Never Been.
This one is really hard for me. I feel like, or it's not hard, but I hate to have to do it. Because for me, it's like Lenny, Look at the Flowers.
Look at the flower, yeah.
To Never Been, because it's just like, Never Been is such a good song, but compared to Gang Related,
It
it's
didn't
just...
mean to do any harm to anybody, but
I
Gang
know.
Related is
It's
that. It's there. It's there. It's
Yeah.
there. So I'll put in Gang Related. Oh gosh, it's very unceremonious for Never Been. Just very quick in my brain.
Well, I guess that it's never been to the Final Four, so...
Yeah, it's Never Been. Or the Elite Eight. Yikes, that sucks. All right, next one is Metropolis versus All Right. I actually think this one's really tough.
I would agree. I definitely agree.
Because there was one point where Metropolis was my most listened to song on the album.
Interesting.
Like I listened to it and it was just very chilled out. Like when I listen to like gang related, I want to like fight somebody. Or like I'm ready to do something. Like
yeah, no, you want to move.
Yeah, I want to move around. Yeah. I'll fight the biggest person in the room just because they have the song in my ears. That's a problem. Metropolis, I can just chill out. I can listen to it.
Yeah. I mean,
made it into a lot of playlists. I think it's why in my rotation.
All Right, I think. I just like the vibe of it, the beat, the Big Sean feature. I think the biggest thing that also carries it is I think it's better lyricism. I think they work well together.
Certainly.
I'm actually surprised they have not collabed
more
since. I guess more just because this is their only collab. And I mean, All Right is one of my favorite.
It is. It's awesome.
Logic songs, definitely arguably top 3 in Under Pressure.
You could definitely argue that, and I can totally agree with that. The only thing for me is the third verse in All Right is kind of forgettable. The first verse, awesome. Second verse, awesome. Big Sean's verse. The third verse, though, I just feel like I don't know. That's my only knock on the song, but I will put All Right in because I love that song.
I'll agree with you on the third verse, but I still am gonna have to take.
Yeah, definitely. I'm not trying to say we don't take it. All right. See, this is like I feel like a weaker matchup, but it's 44 bars versus Stainless. So I would actually pick. Oh, nope. I don't know if I agree with that.
It's almost hard because it's like, again, these are two different vibes. It's a very chill, introspective song, and then it's a very
fast
upbeat.
Yeah, and then it's. We'll go with 44 bars because I think
I'll take 44 bars.
I think I like that one better. It actually, so I have a bunch of friends, not crazy, right? But I have a bunch of friends that listen to Logic, and none of them like 44 bars, and I did, and I was like, really? You really don't like it? And then I was just like, huh? And then I went online, and I found out a lot of people love it. Apparently, it's a top 4.
44 bars I'm a big fan of that.
I know.
It's just for me, I don't have that many friends that listen to Logic.
Right.
So that's also why Colin's not here. Colin does not listen to Logic. I wasn't gonna like make him.
Listen to every song and then rank them.
Well, yeah, because then it's not gonna be the same. It's like if he's not into it, he's not into it.
And this is years and years of it being great.
Yeah, I found him in 2014, 2013. It's 7 years of listening to him. So
it's different than 7 days. However long you
yeah. Oh yeah. So you get all the emotions of that one. But
last one, it's Till the End versus 44 More.
I'm gonna take Till the End on that one.
I really did like 44 More though. I don't want to knock it. I like 44 More. I don't. It's cool that they're both 44 bars and the 44 More bars. But I was kind of surprised how different of a vibe it was.
That's why I didn't like it as much because it was like still trying to be that introspective, but it was over like a 3-6 Mafia kind of like style of flow with that beat. That was just like
I just made $20 million. Hey,
and then that was
to go to college. He kind of like, so you're supposed to be very succinct when you write and everything, and that was not. He over-explained. Yeah, okay, we get it. If you spend money at the club, you might have money for your kids for college. Got it.
Yeah, it was just.
It was a good song though. I really did like it. I enjoyed it when it came out.
It might be my most favorite one to meme by him, I will say. Because it comes in with the beat and then because that's such an interesting flow, which first of all, that flow might be one of the hardest to like emulate. Like if you want to just like start trying to rap, like not even like the lyrics like of a song, but like if you're like, oh, I'm gonna try and rap like this, it's very difficult.
Yeah, it really is.
So, but if you can do it right, it's really funny because it's kind of like a very unique style of rapping. But
it is. Anyway. I agree, but we're gonna give it to Till the End.
Yeah,
because that's a great song. And it reminds me of Halo, which is another. It's good days, better days.
I love that. That's the song.
It does. It does. All right. So then now we're at the Elite 8. This is crunch time. There's only like 4 more picks. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 more picks left to make. And so the first one is Under Pressure versus Like Whoa.
This is where you're obviously going to pick which one I'm going to go with because I definitely think Under Pressure is better than Like Whoa. I don't know if you agree or not because I know you like Whoa, but
I do. So under. Oh man, if it's like a personal enjoyment bracket, I would pick like Whoa. But if someone's asking me like, what's the better song? Like, I don't know how to. I think you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah,
it's like a favorite player versus a better player in sports, or like or a video game or something like that. Like, yeah, that's probably a better game, but I enjoy playing this game more. For me.
For me, it's the same with Mana Is. Mana Is, I think, at where I was at when I was listening to the album, it was so bittersweet. It made me feel so good that I'm just super biased to it.
You love it, yeah. It's good for you, but I will go with Under Pressure, which is the winner in the Juicers bracket, the Pickle Juicers. But just know, in the personal record books, like Whoa would be my pick here.
Okay.
But we're going with Under Pressure. So that's I'm just going to make that claim now. So next is Soul Food versus Run It. I would have to say Soul Food.
I'll say Soul Food.
I feel so bad making the decision so fast, but it's a split second in my brain. And, oh jeez. Oh man. Well, at least Run It made it further than it did in the Pickle Juice pack. We gave it a little more love. Gosh, it's going to be... Is this going to be 4 Under Pressure songs? 4 Under Pressure songs in the final 4?
Yeah. I'm not surprised by that.
Yeah, it's
they had 3. They had 3, so it's not like we're that much different.
I'm not saying we haven't made our final 4 picks.
Well, that's true.
It could be 0. That's not... Well, not anymore. There's 2. So, it could be just 2. But we're going to write it in. Now we have Gang Related versus All Right. And that's crazy that those two... I have to pick between those two. Now, I have my pick. I think you do too, because I would think we said it earlier in the...
I'm going to be honest, I think these are literally my 2 favorite songs from Under Pressure.
Wow.
But...
So Under Pressure isn't 1 or 2, it's 3, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Okay.
But,
Soul Food 4? Wow.
Gang Related is going to have to beat.
It is. It has to. It has to. That song is too good. We'll say it after everything's picked. 44 Bars versus Till the End.
I really like both these songs. I could honestly go either way.
Oh, we're just gonna... apparently we think a lot like the Pickle Juicers do. Because we could end up with the same final 4, except they had 44 more here instead of Till the End. Wait, why is Till spelled with 2 L's?
I thought on the song it's 1 L.
Oh, maybe it's just a typo. But I was like, did I miss something? Is there a reason?
No, I think that's just this bracket.
Okay.
I don't think it's normally like that.
I would have to say 44 Bars. I think I like that song better.
I'll go with that song.
It's funny because I really did like Till the End.
Well, Till the End threw me off because whenever the album dropped, I listened to the deluxe. Mm-hmm. So All Right was the last track.
Oh, I see.
It wasn't until... It took me a while to realize that Till the End, it was so weird to hear it the first time. Like, the reason I enjoyed it later is I was like, oh, this is a perfect album ending soundtrack. It's like the kids at the beginning, and then the kids at the end. Whole wrap up. It was like sick. And then it's just like, then it goes into like now. So then it goes from that happy vibe to like fucking with me now.
Yeah,
it's like,
fucking with me now.
I was like, this doesn't vibe at all. So I was like, okay. I like the song, but it was still like...
It doesn't fit well.
Yeah, and then it wasn't until I was like, oh wait, on the regular, this is the last song. Right. This makes perfect sense. So
we'll give it the 44 Bars.
I'll give 44 bars. I'll definitely give it to that.
All right, 2 picks.
So we literally have the same final 4, correct?
Correct. We do have the same. Not the same Elite 8. We did a few different ones here and there. Pretty much the same though. City of Stars was actually pretty surprising how far it made it. It beat All Right in the second round.
Yeah, I'm surprised by that.
I'm just looking at where they had it, but we'll get to the final 2 picks: Under Pressure or Soul Food. I have my answer. Soul Food.
I can go with Soul Food on that one.
I have to say Soul Food.
I go either way.
That song. Okay, so when he says the energy line, the energy, I ain't talking E-N-E-R-G-Y, I didn't look up Rap Genius for the song or anything, and I always just sang along with it. One day I'm in the car, no music on, and I went, and it hit me. I was like, "Oh, whoa! Is that really what he meant?" And I had to go look it up. And
it was the same one. I had that same feeling as the So Fifth Key to the Right of Caps Lock bar that he had.
Yeah.
So that was a very nice reminder of like how deep
his wordplay
can go. So I'll take Soul Food on that one.
And then it's Gang Related versus 44 Bars. It's not close. It's weird. It's really weird that 44 Bars made it this far. Not a knock to the song. It beat a lot of other good songs, But gang related.
I don't think it would have done as well if it was in as weak of a bracket. I genuinely think that's why.
Yes. There's other songs that could have been right here for me that could have made this one a little tougher. So we do have an all under pressure final.
Correct. And it's
which doesn't surprise me.
Hey, at least it's different than theirs. We're a little bit different.
Nice.
We actually in the final four, the Pickle Juicers champion actually got knocked out. So
sorry guys. Yeah.
So we're now in the finals, which is Soul Food versus Gang Related. This one is very tough because
it's yeah. Go ahead.
Gang Related is what I would pick. I think.
So same here. I always say that that's my favorite song of all time. So I didn't want to say that coming into it because that might have spoiled all my picks.
Maybe.
It's my favorite song of all time. It really is. Like that song, I'll still say it now because like there's like your favorite song right now and then your favorite song of all time. And I feel like that has to be like it has to do with duration. You like the song and then like what it does
how
for
often
you.
You listen to it, where and when you can listen
where it
to
brings
it.
you back to things like that. And Gang Related does it for me. That's my winner. That is my winner. Soul Food.